What's going on? Oh, Kermit up in here bright and early. Welcome in, welcome in. Ryan, what's up, what's up? Kermit, it's got to be not even 6 o'clock in the morning for you, I think. My time zones are correct. Good morning. Awesome, okay. What's going on? Welcome in. Crom, Tyler. Very early, very early. I tried to get on even earlier, but you know how that goes. It's hard working in the morning. Geez, I don't know how people do it. But yeah, good morning, all you fine legends and demon slayers out there. Getting a little early morning motion here too at the walk, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm so healthy. Jeez, look at me. Getting up early, going for a walk. Yeah, I'm on the walking pad. Yeah. Well, the internal clock, you know, pretty crazy. Like, it doesn't matter if I have trouble falling asleep or anything. Literally set my alarm for like 6:30. I wake up at like 6:28. Like, it's just how I've always been my whole life, and I don't even understand. It doesn't matter when I fall asleep. Well, sometimes it does. I should take that back. But a lot of times, I should say, I wake up before my alarm goes off, even if it's a different time than, you know, I haven't set an alarm for 6:30 and got up at that time in like a while. So it's crazy how that works, huh? Matt A, what's going on? Let's get it. Ooh, yeah. Alex, welcome in over on Twitch there. Welcome in, welcome in. Ooh. That's the only thing about the walking pad. Your super accurate clicking is a little bit off. No Sleep's his first time catching me. Welcome in. Yeah, this is way earlier than I normally stream, so I like to hit different times though, so like different people can yeah, you know what I'm saying, catch me. But Ryan says just before bed is when he's catching me, so yeah. I see it's World Stone Keep, and I think I see him as TZ Andy online right now, but it's only 9 more minutes. I don't feel like worrying about it. Trash, yo, good morning, good morning. Honey nut Cheerios, geez. Rich people over here. Who can afford the honey to put in the nuts in the Cheerios? No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thought it was a kind of a funny title. Catch people's attention. Hey, get back here. Final Fantasy 7 game is majestic, huh? Yeah, I guess besides when that game launched, the new one, besides when it launched, I hadn't really heard anything about it. Because people were obviously, like before it launched, people were like irate. They're like, what? It's 3 different games? Like, you're trying to, like, it should just be one game that we pay for one time. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about it after that, whether it was good or bad or anything like that, but Phil making you go get the headphones. Well, you got the kids sleeping, pulling up the stream. Picking up Jillian down. Yeah, I don't remember you. I think you have. My youngest is 8. This is the time that she's got to get up anyway, so I don't feel too bad. She should be getting up. Usually, I'd be waking her for school right now, so she would already be up for. She'd be going and getting dressed for school right now, I should say. So amazing, worth playing. Yeah, it's like 3 separate games though, right? So you gotta buy the game 3 times. It's pretty much like game with 2 expansions, I guess is almost how you could think about it. Or it's just one game that costs, you know, however much it costs, I guess. Rom says, Honey Nut Cheerios, where it's at. It's where that's the stuff, huh? Yeah, to be honest, I don't eat breakfast, but just how I've always been growing up, you know. before, when you were younger, you get in trouble for it. Turns out I was innovating the most popular diet strategy in the history of man. I needed to market it better. No, Mom, I'm not skipping breakfast. It's I'm intermittent fasting. Yeah, I just eat lunch at noon and then dinner at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and that's all. That's what I eat. I'm not skipping breakfast. Eli, appreciate you. Happily saying D2 still better than D3. Well, I mean, geez. Of course. Best Diablo game there is. Just behind Diablo Immortal. It's like Diablo Immortal's up at the top, and then there's like Diablo 2, right? Rage bait. I should get some interaction on the chat. Happily, yeah, I got my wife bought me a under desk treadmill thing, or anyone else who's asking. Under desk treadmill for Christmas. So Kermit saying the new Final Fantasy 7s are all games in their own right. Yeah, I mean, I know they're supposed to be their own games, but like, I don't know, I guess it depends how you look at it. If you want to look at it as they're really one game broken up into 3 games, or you could look at them as essentially being like Final Fantasy like 7, 8, and 9, like they're all different games. But I haven't seen it. I assume they're all the same graphics and stuff. Like, there's not some graphical and technological advancement between Final Fantasy Rebirth, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth 1, 2, and 3, or whatever they're called. But yeah. Is it pre-recorded? I wonder why so many people hop in here and say, is this pre-recorded? I wonder if other people do that. Not that it happens all the time, but probably once a stream nowadays. Do people, like, go live and then just have their stream playing an old stream? Does that happen pretty regularly, or is that like... I've never heard of that before, because YouTube says if it's live or not. So it's not like a VOD, but... It just recently it's been started, and I could see now that I stopped to think about it, I'm like, wait a second, I could totally see people doing that, especially the big streamers, like that. There's so many people in chat. There's no way you could read all the comments. Like, you probably don't. The large streamers don't read like any of the comments really, so they could just take an old stream, play it again, like just hit play and screen record, or have their editors do it or something. I could totally see that now that I think about it. Jeez. But no, yeah, this is... I got up early, set the alarm. Slayin, ooh. Yeah, Haywood, we're out here running the pits for sure. Jeremy says it's a lie. Stream's a lie. Clickbait title. There's no Cheerios. Timmy Tiny, what's going on? Kermit says the first one only took you through Midgard, talking about the first Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, I did hear that when it first came out, but I never heard about like the next one that came out and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I would say they should just give you the whole thing as one game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, instead of having it in 3 different releases that you have to buy separately. But I mean, why would I want to pay for something 3 times when I could just argue that I want to pay for the whole thing at once for the same price as one of them? It's an interesting idea, we'll call it that. taking one game and splitting it up into 3 games and selling it 3 different times.
I can't carry anymore.
But it's pretty much just like an expansion where they make the main game and then they sell an expansion that they planned on making that expansion the entire time. Kind of like D4, how D4 launched and they were like, yeah, in about 2 years from now, there's going to be an expansion coming out that you then have to buy. It's pretty much the same thing. Kind of, sort of. I haven't played the new D7, so I can't say for sure it's the same exact thing or anything, but you know what I'm saying. I'm insinuating it's comparable. There you go. That's what I'm trying to think of. Hit him. Half expecting. Wait, what? I don't understand the context on that one. Bobcat said it's snowing, huh? Snowing. Huh. I didn't even look outside where I'm at. It's probably more south. I heard the south's been getting hammered with snow. More than Michigan has, so it's kind of crazy. Another Philcast. Yeah, I haven't done those. Back when who knows how it would go now, but back when I did them, they performed very badly, and it was super hard to get people to do them. So, like, people would agree to do them, and then they would just not show up, and I'd be like, "Where are you?" And they'd answer like an hour later, like, "Oh, forgot, sorry." And I'm like, "Well, I got a babysitter to do this, and you didn't even, you know." But you know, so yeah, that's kind of why I did them for a little bit, and then I stopped doing them. They were fun, entertaining while I did them, but it's really hard to. I have mentioned in other streams, it's hard to read chat with this particular build, so do forgive me. I try to catch, as always, I usually try to catch as many comments as possible, but this particular build is more difficult than average to read comments and play while I'm going, so. No doubt all of them will be like 60 plus hours, Kermit says, about the Final Fantasy VII Remake stuff. Gotcha. So, yeah, it might be it might be something I'd try once it's on sale or something. Like all of them are on sale in like 5 years or after that'll come out. So, Bobcat says, "Oh, Canada, it's always snowing this time of year. I'm picking up a shilling down." That checks out. Well, I mean, really, Canada. Most of Canada is like parallel to Michigan, so. I wonder, you might get more lake effect snow based upon the earth spinning and stuff like that. The west side of Michigan always gets lake effect snow, but I'm more on the east side, so we don't get as much. Ogre Axe. Oh! Legendary. Ethereal? No. Maybe it could be perfect? No. 298 is not a bad roll. Oh my gosh, speaking of something I haven't talked about yet. So I went bowling yesterday, right? Absolutely killed it. It was almost a clean game. I chopped this, like, I had 2 pins like, you know, right next to each other. What would it be? 1, 2, 3. It was like 4. It was like 410 or whatever that, no. It was like 2, 4 or something like that, and I chopped the one. That was my only open, and I bowled a 246 or something like that. Just crushing it yesterday. And I haven't bowled. I bowled like one time in the last like 6 months because my back's been so bad. Super sick. Super sick. Best game ever. Must be nice having it warm enough to snow, says Ryan. Warm enough to snow. Nice. Yeah, kind of a thing. Yeah, you get more moisture in the air if it's warmer. Kind of, sort of, I get what you're saying, but yeah. Of course, it has to be cold as well, but... Attack rating minus, huh? 36, nah. Battle boots. Do it. Do it. It indeed did not do it. Beer for breakfast is Haywood. I don't know if that's a great idea, but I believe in freedom, so. Oh, the new Final Fantasy's action RPG. Yeah, I know. I probably wouldn't want to play that then, to be honest. I don't know that I've ever played an action RPG besides Diablo 2 that I actually liked. No, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't never even try it then if it's an action RPG, to be honest. Well, actually, I mean, let's see. What was I gonna say? Like the Elder Scrolls and stuff are like kind of like action RPGs, aren't they? I don't know technically, genreing stuff all great, but like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, those are kind of action RPGs, right? Just a different, instead of a isometric or a top-down look, it's first person. I think. Sasquatch, yo! Welcome in. Also, don't forget, hit that like button for me there on YouTube if you could try to remember to do so. It'd be great. Just absolutely great. In Canada, to cool your PC, just throw it in the lake. Those Canadians. PCs must not last very long over there. Gold Colossus Blade of Quickness! Oh, it's got some enhanced damage, I should say. Exhausted already, I was walking. You can turn the new Final Fantasy into turn-based. It's interesting. Huh. That's weird that you could do that. Mike, yo! Mike over here on Twitch coming in with tier 1 sub. Oh, for 2 months now. Mike, thank you so much, Mike R. You Slayer. What a legend. G-Stacks, what are you? G-Stacks? You must not have went to bed yet. What are you doing up? It's 8 a.m. where I'm at. I mean, there's 5. See, Ghostly saying he's done 500 meth runs to get a Haas. Not sure if it even exists. Yeah, Haas is a pretty rare one, really. Pretty rare one. It's definitely trading is going to be your best option for that, because it's not worth as much as like how good it is, because it's, you know, class specific, only used on the Paladin only, so that supply and demand, of course, the way trading works. And also Spirit. A lot of people choose Spirit over it too, so it's not like a trading for it, but I'm assuming you're in some sort of play where you're like single player or something where you can't trade for it. That's not one that I would try to spam one place to try to get it. I would rotate around different areas and stuff, pretty much just farming to try to find other things, maybe like hitting 85 areas and crossing my fingers that the Haas drops off. Unless you need a bunch of other uniques and stuff too from Mephisto, but if you already have like Shaco and, you know, a bazillion Arachnus Mesh and a bazillion other things you can get from Mephisto, but you just need the Haas, I would not run Mephisto. I would do something else. Personally, Haas is all you need. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely though do something else besides run Mephisto, because you could do like 40,000 Mephisto runs and not get it, you know what I mean? So if you need high runes or something, run somewhere where you can get a, you know, better chance at high runes and stuff. Dreneth saying in Canada, open the window, makes it nice and cool. Ooh. Guess if you have PC's overheating, you just crack the window real quick. Checks out. I'm down in my basement, so. Sweet Phil slaying demons bright and early, yeah. Yeah, it's a little after 8 now, but getting a little exercise in the morning. Gotta take my daughter to basketball here in a couple hours, so. Do I ever get bored of this game? Kind of, but also not. It's hard to explain. I would say not necessarily playing the game, but sometimes like editing videos and stuff, I'm just like, okay, well, you know, making videos can start to turn into a job quick. Well, I don't know about quick. I did it for several years before. Kind of more recently, I was just like, man, making videos is struggling. Not playing though. Bobcat says Nightmare Trav is the best place for Haas. Like, is that a statistically Nightmare Trav item find barb, I'm guessing? I cannot confirm that, but I would assume someone wouldn't say that unless they actually knew, so take that for what it's worth. It's kind of like Nightmare Andy for SOJ, says Bobcat. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I don't know. Kind of feel like I did hear something about that like years ago, but now it's, you know, that's not anything ever stuck in my brain and could keep, you know. I never did it before, so I don't remember it. It's like ringing a bell, as they say. Nothing but net for Phil. Phil's kid, yeah. I wish. What?
Much commitment, such wow. No packs of gum, sad face.
43 months. 43 months! G-Stacks. Coming in with a legendary Slayer. Boy, he ain't one of those regular Slayers. He's a legendary Slayer. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, G-Stacks, for an insane 43 months of Slayership, always pushing the boundary on the channel badges. He's the front runner. He's the one that I always got to make the new badge for. I'm gonna have to figure that out pretty soon. Great. Thanks a lot, G-Stacks. Get down here. Too many monsters. The problem is I can never make a printer one because G-Stacks hates it. I know what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out. To figure it out. Yeah, the thing is, and D-Shay saying, I gotta catch up to G-Stacks. You can never catch up. Can never catch up. Smolps, yo, rise and grind. Yeah. We're a little after 8 o'clock here in Michigan, slaying some demons. Hey, it's funny that the mix of people this time of day. There's like some people like haven't gone to bed yet, and then there's other people like, oh, I'm up with the kid, like you know, and then other people like yeah, it's I don't know what it would be, but it's 9 p.m. in Australia right now or something, you know. Ghostly says doesn't want to reset his maps, talking about trying to get the Haas, huh? Well, you try fire up another character, I guess. Could always do that. What is it there, Phil? Like minus 9,000 Fahrenheit? No, it's a little bit warmer. I think today it's 27 degrees right now. I think it's supposed to be like 35 today. It was like 4 days ago. It was like -9. Now it's supposed to be like 35 degrees. So it's almost summertime. Oh, it's midnight in Australia. There you go. That's like prime gamer time, though, right? Gamers are notorious for staying up till like 4 in the morning, so that's probably most gamers just sitting down to play. Sub to G, nice. Nice. Ever try any PvP? No, not really, no. Just doesn't sound fun to me. Just PvP and like hardcore and stuff. It's not really. I'm trying to. I have a lot more enjoyment for games when I'm like playing to have fun and like relax. If I wanted to be annoyed and stressed, I could just like, I don't know, go read about politics or something, you know? Or go watch Fox News or something. No, I'd rather do something laid back, enjoyable, just chilling, having a good time. Not try to min-max and sweat it out, you know what I mean? So, J.W. Paddleford? J-Dub, thank you so much for the... Oh, not even a Slayer, but a legendary Slayer. Paddleford, thank you so much for supporting the channel. You absolute legend. Who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl? I honestly don't know. It's so NFL can be so random sometimes. I can tell you what I want Buffalo to win. Will they win? I don't know. It's hard to say. When does a team like get over that hump to where they like can never win and then they eventually do, like, or they just never do? Not to mention, I don't want Buffalo to end up being like, what was that one, I think when they had Jim Kelly, they made it to the Super Bowl 4 years and lost them all, I think. Pretty sure that happened. Or they like made it to the championship, divisional championship or something. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I know they never won the Super Bowl, and it was probably pretty devastating. "62 degrees of freedom in Texas is Kermit." Oh. Degrees of freedom. Yeah, that's what the F stands for after the temperature freedom units. Aptly, tomorrow gotta work 12 hours. 12-hour shift tomorrow. That's putting in some good hours, though. Make some money. Look at it on the bright side, I suppose. Try to, anyways. Billionaire Bear saying 108. 108. You must be... You said that's how they say it in America, so you must be from like Australia, I'm guessing. I'm trying to think of some hot area that would be watching us right now that would be hot when it would be summer when it's winter here. Gotta be. Gots to be. Get back here. All right, we'll try it. Just in case. Rolls real high for some wacky reason. Wait, Buffalo made it? Of course. They usually always make it to the playoffs. Usually, lately. But Melbourne, Australia, you say, yeah. Good old Australia. Land of all the most venomous snakes in the world, and probably a lot of poisonous spiders too, and scorpions. Yeah, I got a little bit of everything over there, huh? Gulf of America. Yeah. How ridiculous. But anyways. Yeah, worrying about that kind of stuff. It's exactly what I don't want to do when playing video games. Ah, there we go. Got the right weapon out. Best magic finder. You better believe it. Barbarian. We got 700, a little over 700 magic find. Elite sniping. Ooh, wrong weapon. Yeah, it's a berserker, yeah. This one's kind of set up specifically for the pits, but you know, it depends where you take it. Just a berserk barb. Oopsie. Man. Not really sure how it went that way, but yeah, people just call it whatever the area, like a pit zerker. Hindle zerker. Pretty much wherever they go with it, that's what they end up calling it, like that. But it is kind of true. A lot of times when you go different places, you got to set it up a little differently to... It's good too, anyways. Aptly saying, wish you could play video games for 12 hours as a career. Yeah, I don't know about... It must be just me too, but I find playing video games for 12 hours very difficult. I've honestly only ever streamed for a couple of times for 12 hours. They're for like charity streams I had done, and it's miserable. Just miserable. Part of it is probably the streaming thing too. It's you people. No, I'm joking. But trying to read like literally I have to read for 12 straight hours whilst doing something else. Where's me, right? Where I have to play video games and read for 12 hours. But yeah, it is kind of... Probably if I had a better chair too, that's another thing, but... Australia's like Act 3. Nice. Just hotter and drier. It looks like Act 2, but it's, yeah. There's souls and dolls everywhere in Australia. Gotta watch out for them. Yeah, speaking of talking about NFL football there a minute, got a couple playoff games today, the divisional championships. Anyone out there? I'm not condoning gambling or anything, but if anyone does bet, Kelsey, I think in every playoff game over the last like 5 years, he's had over 70 yards or something like that. I forget the exact stat, but it's something like that. His over-under earlier in the week anyways was like 64. So, just letting you know. No loop filter, nope. Playing it the way the way it was intended. Nothing wrong with the loot filters and stuff. I've just I have one item left on my grail, and I've been playing this so long that I had by the time I had seen a loot filter that was actually like reasonable to use, I had like 4 items left on my holy grail. So you know, I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'm not even gonna worry about it. And it leads to some content creation problems having those loot filters, making videos and stuff, because then people think for the videos they click on them and they see everything looks different, the names of the stuff, and they're like, oh, he's playing some mod with boosted drop rates and stuff. F this guy. Like, he's trying to make it look like he finds all this stuff, but really he's playing some mod with boosted drop rates. Like this clickbait MFer, and, you know, so I just said, don't worry about it. Give me one quick second. Make sure I don't fall right there. Step on. Oh! Bang my head off the desk. Holy moly, it's hot in here. This massive cardio I'm doing here. Ghostly saying he doesn't use loot filters, but he's got his set up to have more stash space. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. On offline, especially offline single player, anything you do on offline, there's no cheating. Like, you do whatever you want for your enjoyment.
I can't carry anymore.
The only way that they would come into, like, quote unquote cheating is if you, well, like, do something and then you lie about it, essentially. Like, you hero edit in items and you're like, oh, yeah, I did a holy grail, look, I have every item. Or yeah, you play like double drop odds mod or something, or you constantly set your clock back so you get the tear zone you want all the time, that completely broken TZ Andy or something. But even if you do that, there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you don't lie about it. Anything you do for fun on offline single player, totally fine. Wish you could hide gold, huh? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem. I would use a loot filter if it was like Blizzard, like, sanctioned or whatever you want to call it. Like, it was like just absolutely commonplace for every person in the entire game to use a loot filter. Then I would, but like, I used one before in regular D2, so yeah, Biv, there you go. That's what I was gonna say that too. Hide broken and cracked items, thawing potions, those oil potions and strangling gas and stuff like that. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. Let's see there. I am anti-change guy, but that is one thing I like. Honestly, like cracked and like broken items and stuff like that. Really, what they should just, they probably had a purpose and a reason they wanted them in the game originally, but like really no reason to have them in the game. There's like the most like cracked light plate boots. If I was in normal difficulty in the Den of Evil Act 1, I wouldn't pick those up. Like, I would totally be fine if they took that out and just made it so anytime an item fell cracked or what do you call it? Any of the other things that are like that. it would just fall as a standard white item instead of cracked or whatever. But it's really a small thing. I'm not too worried about it. But Crom said he thinks he's turned into an anti-change guy. Yes, come to the dark side, Crom. All change is bad. They're going to ruin everything. Made insight into superior CV, huh? Yeah, if you you need to get strength from somewhere if you make it into CV. You got to have an Indaro's Visage or something with like 30 to strength. Because if you don't get strength on any of your gear, your mercenary can't use a standard CV for, boy, he's got to be like 93 or 4 or something. Your mercenary does just to equip it, unless you get strength on you. Like Indaro's Visage gives you a bunch, so yeah. They already have Phil. No, well, Mosaic is pretty rough, but what you gonna do, huh? Bobcat says I cheat on single player by giving my mules a cube. Oh, so you probably use that cube like I think I've seen Sir Fox have that, where the cube is like, the cube is bigger than one whole stash page. It's like this big. Like it's like 400 by 400. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, cheating, I don't think really cheating's the right word, but yeah. Walking Dude, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Santiago saying quality of life on single player, always welcome. Yeah, there is some, being anti-change guy, there is some stuff like that I'd be fine with. Like, I wouldn't care if there was more stash tabs. I wouldn't care if, you know, like they said, the cube was bigger. Or... yeah. I've kind of been against charm inventory, but maybe even a charm inventory would be fine. I don't know. Because if they made the cube bigger, that's pretty much the same as if they just made a stash or an inventory for just charms, right? So, yeah. But yeah. It's huge, right? Yeah, I'll say this. If I ever did, hypothetically, if I ever did another Grail for any reason, like after I will find Tyrell's Might, like right now, today, I'm for sure going to find Tyrell's Might. But yeah, if I do another Holy Grail, I would probably use a loot filter and some of that other stuff. Oh, there was another champion there. Oopsie. Merc's missing 27 strength. There are a few different ways you can get there, but then... oh yeah, Amethyst in a Dusk or something like that. One way that I would early on is I think Griswold's armor has like 28 strength on it, and it has 3 sockets. So yeah. Maybe it's not 28. I forget how much strength it has. Maybe it's 15. I can't remember, but... because then you could always plug other things in there too if you needed to. If you get some strength from the armor. But then, of course, you know, if you just put the Amethyst in there, whatever piece of gear that is, you're not really getting any help from that gear in the form of life leech or resistance or anything, so your mercenary might die a lot if you don't teleport around all the time. So, just FYI, but yeah. See, Bobcat says doesn't use extra inventory, feels like cheating. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get you. I was just, like, if it was programmed into the game or whatever... because it would just be like, instead of opening this, throwing the item over in here, you could just pick stuff up without having to open the cube, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I end up doing anyway, so. I think so. Just removing a step makes sense. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So I use a website to keep track of what I have. I had like an app that I downloaded and used, but I don't really recommend it to people anymore. At the time, I liked it, but then I stopped liking it. But I was almost done with my Grail at that time, so I just like you. And now I only have Cheerios Might, so I never even look at it anymore. You know, there are multiple websites. There's apps for your phone. There's just so many of them. There's probably like 40 different Grail trackers nowadays, so. There's Grail trackers for single player where when the item falls off a monster, it makes a sound. So you know that a Holy Grail item just dropped that you haven't found yet. Like, if I did another one, I would try to figure that one out. That seems pretty cool. I'd like I don't know that how exactly it's programmed, but if you could, I'd pick some sweet sick sound. I don't even know what I'd pick. I'd come something sweet. I'd do a vote on it, raffle it off or something. You pick the sound of the Grailers for the remainder of the Holy Grail. Smurf says, nothing like the stock D2R experience. Ooh. Yeah, that is true. I wouldn't want to go too far with anything that because I'm not a big fan of the, you know, PD2 or, I don't even know what other mods there are. Path of Diablo, like that stuff back in the day, and whatever other mods there are for it now. I haven't tried any of the D2R newer mods, but I was never a fan of the old the mods for regular D2, so. They always start off okay when they first create it. Oh, we're just going to change this and fix that and fix this, and maybe a couple things will change a little bit. And then they end up changing the entire game. Like, the entire game. It's like, oh, gosh. That's my take. If you enjoy them, feel free. Yeah, Biv. Yeah, I think the first time I seen Llama had one. You say War Theory? Guy War Theory's got one? Gotcha. Yeah, if I didn't have one item left, maybe I should install it and not tell you guys. And then when the Cheerios Might falls, it'll just like go, the computer will just go crazy. If I could change the audio. When I identified it, it'd just be like Team America World Police theme song. I identified it, it's like, America, yeah, coming again. I'd take the copyright hit for it too. No big deal. Well worth it. Oop, come on. There we go. Ethereal Grail next. Now, I wouldn't do Ethereal. I don't know if I ever. It's definitely not a for sure that I ever would, but. That I ever would do another Grail of any kind, but definitely would not do Ethereal. Passive characters only Holy Grail. So I'd have to use one of the like the Oridins or like the a strictly Thunderstorm sorceress. Hurricane Barb or Hurricane Druid. Something like that. One quick sec. Sounds fun, right? Just kidding. Bobcat says, reimagine, you could pre-buff teleport in town, they change everything. Yeah, I mean, that's not teleport in town. pre-buffing in town, I'm perfectly fine with. I never even thought about that change. Like, I did know that they had that in PD2, but... Or in Reimagined, I mean. But I think I would actually be fine with that one. Like, why do you have to walk 1 inch out of town to cast your pre-buffs? Especially since you can walk out of town, cast them, they're up on you, and then you can just walk right back into town and they're still, like, they don't go away. So... Look at that. Anti-change guy coming up with more changes he'd like. Look at that. Look at that. Doom music? Yeah, Doom music you could get away with. You wouldn't get hit by copyright. To never went with the mods, but you hero editor and open battle.net back in the day was crazy. Yeah, I wasn't fully aware. I hopped on open battle.net once in a while. I wasn't just to like transfer gear on a single player or try to. Sometimes people would like toss items out. They're like, "Hey, you want this random stuff? Who's this random dude?" I was like, "Just transferring things on single player. They're here, take this stuff." And yeah, they throw it out. There's like a list. The writing's so small on it because there's so much writing from all the stuff. Some crazy stuff. Smelly said he made a classic character playing with a friend the other day. There's not a single game. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Classic, it was always way less people. And, like, way less. So this late, you know, you're 2 months after a season reset. I think 2 months sounds about right. I guess I'm not surprised. The D2R player base isn't what it used to be. Either way. Almost an hour here, huh? Stream till about 10 at the latest, so I mentioned it earlier, and you know there's new people coming in and out, but my daughter has basketball at 11. Rough timing. Basketball at 11. It's practice from 11 to 12, and then a game right after from 12 to 1. Like real rough time. Like right over lunchtime. And you don't want to like eat just before you go run around a ton. So it's like, I don't know. Guess it is what it is. They scheduled stuff all day, and just when her time frame or whatever you call it, her age group is always timed at. Oh well. Yeah, Ghostly. I'm definitely gonna have a great time just sitting there while she practices. No, but I get you. Yeah, she. The thing is, I kind of make her play basketball. I don't know. I want her to do something where you actually have to like run around and play defense. Because when you play defense against another opponent who's trying to beat you, you always run a little bit harder, right? Than you do if you're playing a sport where there's no defense, or you get more of a cardio workout, So. It's one of those things like I bet the dance class you do exercise for sure, no doubt and stuff, but could be wrong, but I feel like you end up running a lot more in basketball and getting that heart rate up longer and getting a good sweat, you know what I mean? I was never in dance class, so I guess I can't say for sure, right? How many calories you burn? Like today? I mean, not that much. Yeah, it's only been like an hour. Usually I walk for at least 2 hours if I'm streaming, sometimes 3. What's it at? There you go. 288 according to this machine. I never believe these machines though when they say how many calories you burn. I never believe them. Hey. I'd probably weigh like 175 if I believe these machines. What? I was burning 2,700 calories. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I must be eating like 12,000 calories a day then if I'm not losing any weight. Yeah, Bobcat says, talking about my anti-changeness, I'm coming around, but it's only quality of life stuff. Pretty much, yeah. I don't want him to break the skills and have a bunch of mosaic type builds on every character and stuff, where the whole game is just trivial. Don't want that.
Greetings.
No, no, no. Don't forget, YouTube, hit that like button for me. Yeah, get an opportunity to do so. Get a good drink here. Steady diet of beer and cigarettes. Best weight loss you can get. Oh boy. I have seen some true alcoholics are very skinny. I used to work with some where they they wouldn't eat because if they did, it would make it so they couldn't get drunk faster. So they would eat like a tiny amount of food. This one guy I worked with, he was sick, or he had gotten sick, so he couldn't like drink for a while. And he was at work just chugging. He just had a gallon of milk, and he was just chugging it. I'm like, why are you just chugging a gallon of milk at like lunch? He was trying to stretch his stomach back out because his stomach had shrank up again from not drinking because he didn't have enough room in his stomach to fit enough alcohol to like get as drunk as he wanted to get. So he was trying to stretch his stomach out to make more room so he could drink beer faster and drink more of it. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you like, I mean, he was like 50. I don't know that you're really making some big, you can make changes anytime in your life, but he was pretty set on what he was doing. I was just like I like to party, but geez, dude. It's crazy. Just drink vodka at that point? Well, Jay, that's the thing. He would get out of work. He'd buy a fifth of the cheapest. I ran into it at the party store by our work.
Yes.
A fifth of the cheapest vodka you could find. He'd buy a 24 ounce of Milwaukee's Best Ice, and he'd buy a 12 pack of Milwaukee's Best Ice because he didn't want to have the open. He would buy the 24. He would slam it in like 30 seconds while driving away from the store. And because he didn't want to have the open 12 pack in his car. This is what he would drink the whole fifth of vodka and the 12 pack of Milwaukee's Best Ice every night. That's what he got every single night. Like, holy smokes. Just craziness, so. Yeah, I'm sure this guy's not with us anymore. That was when I had my first full-time job when I was like 19. So that was 20 years ago. So he would be like 70 now, or 75 or something. But yeah. Don't live like that, people. Try to get some help for sure. That's too much. Don't drink that much. Liquid diet is tea for you though. Yeah, tea would be fine. You know, you're gonna skip a meal for any particular reason. Tea or coffee or something. You know, get something's not gonna do that to you. So Oh, this is players 1, by the way. For this build, with what I'm doing, elite sniping, you only want to do it on... excuse me. You only want to do this on players 1. Because the elites / champions drop the same thing no matter players count. Brandon, my name is Phil and I like to party. Well, I mean, it's not very uncommon for, I don't know, dudes to like to party. I mean, I don't know. Not the most uncommon thing in the world. I guess when you say it like that, it sounds weird. It's like, yeah, I like to party. Would I run P7 pits? I would on other builds if I had really good gear, for sure. Just this one in particular. I do run player 7 pits kind of all the time because the monsters are so weak that you can easily do that. Oops, what am I doing here? Yeah, Jay, true story. You'd have to go all the time for sure. Jay says, who doesn't like the party? There's all types of people in the world. Nothing. I mean, it's nothing wrong with people liking different things. It's not that partying is actually good for you or anything. There's people that just don't like to do it, and I mean, it is also not healthy for you. So, but some people enjoy it, and they think it's worth it to have that enjoyment in life, relative to any negative effects that it could have. So, to each their own. Whether you want to be healthy and not party ever, or have a couple beers here and there, or if you do, freedom. See, a new grail, would you LK or rush runewords? Yeah, if I started offline, I do have a video about that if you want to check her out, by the way. How to start a single player or Holy Grail video. But I would pretty much always do a sorceress, play through till I got to Act 3, and then do Lower Kurast and Mephisto and Andara remote tricking right off the bat for, you know, who knows how long. Maybe I would jump back and forth, maybe run LK for a little bit, do some anti-meth, you know. I guess if I wasn't a YouTuber, I would probably, I'd probably do a few hundred runs of one and then do a few hundred runs of the other and go back and forth probably, and maybe mix in some other stuff if I found a few pieces of gear. But yeah, definitely I would try to get Enigma semi as fast as I could. Not literally as fast as I could, like speed running Enigma, but I would definitely try to get it relatively quickly. Going up would increase the odds quite a bit. Sorry, Ed, I must have missed part of the context there on what you're referring to on upping the odds or whatever. Because specifically, I was responding to a comment earlier, if that's what you mean, to where what I'm doing right now. Because see how all these, if you kill like these guys right here, 1 item, 2 potions, 1 item, 2 potions from him too. They drop the same thing every time, even if the player's count's different. But if you kill all these white monsters, they will drop more if the player's count's higher. So if you're referring to that, that's kind of the answer there. But I'm not really trying to kill any of those other monsters. I'm taking out just the champions. Other stuff there's some collateral damage, I guess you could say. Poor little devilkins. But yeah. Infinity or Enigma first though? I would do Enigma. The only time I would do Infinity first is if I only planned on using a sorceress, then I would do Infinity first. If I never planned on using a different build, because like hammered in without Enigma is super annoying. Even Fists of the Heavens, I would want Enigma. Summon Necro, Poison, Bone, any of the Necromancers, any of the Druid builds I'd want Enigma pretty much, essentially. pretty much every build in the game you want to kind of have Enigma on. So Sork stinks for Ubers. It's tough for sure, yeah. I would not like... I've went after it once or twice just for the funsies, just to try it out. Like with... and yeah, it's not fun. I don't like doing that, so... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this treadmill off, actually. Freaking A. My toe hurts. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but... Give me one quick sec. Gotta put the desk down now. Sorry. Not sure what happened when my light fell. Streaming expert. Streaming pro. Don't forget, I'm a professional. I'm a professional. Come on down. Done slaying the calories. Yeah, my freaking toe hurts. What's going on? For some reason, I just woke up and my toe hurt. I don't know what's good. It's an old bowling injury. That's enough walking for today. From now on, nothing but like hoverboard or something. Ghostly, no idea how to work towards an Enigma offline. Definitely a bunch of videos about that. I got mine, and every content YouTuber kind of does, but just look up Lower Kurast High Rune farming on YouTube. There'll be like video after video after video of how to do it. It still takes quite a bit of time, but it's way more consistent and faster than just trying to, unless you just kill monsters and find a jaw and a burr in like a day or two, like I did on ladder. But you can't count on that. Whoa, hoo, hoo. Can't count on that. A lot of monsters around here. Ah. I can't click on things now. The whole perspective has changed. Can you get a jaw from a shiny chest? I don't really know about that, Billion Bear. Not really sure, so... Hold on, I'm taking these walking shoes off. Gotta get back in the zone here. Jay says even if you're a sorceress main, you still want Enigma for Ubers. I mean, I would just want Enigma. Hey, come on, for all the other builds, you know, like I never want to just play the same exact build for literally literally years straight. That's just not what I want to do. So, and like all the other builds are less efficient. Not every place, but most places. Every single build is less efficient than Sorceress if you don't have Enigma. So just kind of even up every build, you know? Even up a lot of builds, I should say. Diadem. If I had a little more magic find, we could have had a Griffin's. Great. Great, great, great. Billion Bear saying he thinks chests follow different rules. Yeah, there are definitely some. Like, it's hard to... Chests are always a little wonky, especially when you're talking golden chest, super chest. You know. I think normal chests work the same as, like, killing a white monster in the area. Where they can drop up to the area level item, but I'm not really even sure. I don't really want to talk any definitiveness on that because I, you know. How am I not bored of this game anymore? It's funny how many people ask that. Like, I don't know. Could you imagine being like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm not eating bacon anymore. I've been eating bacon for I've been eating bacon my whole life. Just bored. Don't want to eat it ever again. My wife, I'm just bored of her. I don't want her anymore. I'm bored of her. My kids, I'm bored of them. Let's get rid of these things. I'm just bored. I don't know. Drinking beer with the boys. I'm bored of it. I'm just gonna stop doing it. I don't know. There's a lot more ridiculous examples I could throw out there, but I don't feel like it this early in the morning. Few other things that maybe you wouldn't get bored of. I don't know. Pizza. There you go. Brandon, I got like 700 something, so like 700 something. Did I compare my wife to D2? I mean, you can compare anything in the world, technically. I didn't say they were even. You can compare snails to space travel if you wanted to. Doesn't mean they're the same thing, or they're equal, or even, or anything like that. Don't let her hear you say that. Nah. Perfect analogy. Did I try PoE 2? Nope. No interests. No interest. Jinx was no treadmill. I just got off. I don't know why my toes hurting me, so I just like, man, no reason to keep walking like with this painful. It sounds like, oh, your toe hurts. Oh, Phil's toe hurts. But like, my big toe really hurts. I don't know why. And like, you use that for walking. So yeah. Oh boy, Haywood, this guy. Real mature, real mature. Don't clip it. That's like one of those videos where they clip things out of context and. Or you ever seen those video clips? I know not everyone an NFL fan, but they'll take clips of what like the NFL announcers say and to where it just sounds not correct. There's the one that Troy Aikman says. So the running back is running through the line, which they say you got to like pick a hole, you know, to run through the hole. The running back, like, he runs up, he gets in the hole, and then he's got to pull out, and it is just so funny. It's just so funny. because he ran up into the line, and then he came back and ran. It's so funny. What was on that again? Didn't look too close. Fire, baby, everything else. Little baby, everything else. Wife aggro saying he still plays WoW, D2 classic WoW. Yeah, I'm just not, to be honest, I'm not much of a gamer, to be honest. I'm like a guy who plays video games. So yeah. Yeah, Biv knows the quote. Biv knows the quote. I couldn't even say really what he said because out of context it sounds so bad I couldn't even repeat it, to be perfectly honest. And even in context it's a little eyebrow raising. I played D4 for a few seasons, for a couple seasons, but I couldn't actually, like, I switched over to only doing Diablo 4 content and stuff, but I just couldn't imagine myself continuing to play that game. So, and it's hard to making video game YouTube videos on a game that you have no interest in playing is tough. Not something that I can do. We'll say that. So, I know a lot of other people have no problem doing it, you know, hopping on the next hype game even though they have no interest in wanting to do it. But I just can't do that. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really a huge gamer dude. I'm just some guy that plays some video games. So, and I kind of lucked into the whole YouTube thing. Lucked in, kind of, sorta. Sounds like torture to Smelly. I mean, just sounds like a job. There's a lot of people that go to work and they don't want to push this button and cut these steel parts out, and so that some guy can put them on a pallet and ship them to some other company that wants them. You know, like, it's not torture. It's just a job. You know. You know, like, I don't want to clean the gutters for my house. You know, but like, it's just work. You know, it's just stuff you got to do to get on with life, and that's what it is for some people. Holy Grail, but the items only count if you use find item, says Smelly. Yeah, maybe. That sounds too much for me. Ghostly, I do not farm cows to get bases and stuff. I just don't like cows. I just kind of grew. I mean, every once in a while I do. I did a cow video like 6 months ago or something. But I don't really enjoy it. So can't remember what I did. I do 0 magic find cows maybe just for a few days and made a video about it just to see, you know, but it's just not my go-to thing. I usually just kind of pretty much do what I'm doing here, and some of the stuff will fall without being magic. Not necessarily a 700 magic find barbarian, but like I'll do chaos with Fists of the Heavens paladin and find bases there, or I'll do ancient tunnels with the blizzard sorceress and whatever bases I find there, you know. So Yeah, with this much magic find, almost every item it ends up falling blue, so. But you know, you got Nova Sorceress with like 160 magic find or something. You'll find all kinds of white items as well. $9.10, huh? Smelly says, I remember that. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. Wasn't too long ago. Maybe I should do something like that again. Yeah, I just was like, I need to just want to take a break from this Tyrell's Might hunting. Because, man, it's been going forever. Where with the Blizzard Sorceress? Blizzard's good all over the place. Ancient Tunnels, Stony Tombs are like the most go-toest, but there's a bunch. Like, with just a Sunder Charm and like basic gear, you can do Chaos Sanctuary. With how easy Sunder Charms are to get nowadays, you can kind of just go everywhere with everything. But yeah, Stony Tombs, Ancient Tunnels are the most go-toest, since there's no cold immunes there. Yeah, Ancient Tunnels for the Blizzard Sorceress has been the go-to for many, many moons. Many moons. Yeah, Smelly says he's no problem anywhere with Sunder Charms. Yeah, because of the... I know it works at 1/5 efficiency or whatever, but with Cold Mastery and a Sunder Charm, yeah, you're pretty much good to go anywhere for the most part. Especially if you're talking P1. Funny that they introduced this stuff like Terror Zones and Sunder Charms so people would do like a bunch more areas, and so they would play more builds. And like if you look online when they run games together, everyone's just doing like, oh, it's Terrorized Chaos Sanctuary, let's go there. And then it's not Terrorized Chaos Sanctuary anymore. They're like, all right, let's just run the Chaos Sanctuary. And then it's like, oh, we got these Sunder Charms so people play other builds. It's like, wow, it made Blizzard Sorceress even better. I know there's a couple other places you can run, but, you know, like the Talrash's Tombs is a cool one to run now and stuff, so. But yeah. Don't forget Mephisto. Oh, yeah, Mephisto and Dario, yeah, those are always good to go. Yeah, Andy's still worth it, you know. It's a good one to mix in. That's what I do a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but maybe early on. Run Mephisto and Ariel in the same game. Just run them both and then reset. Scott DeLoof, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Hitting me right now. We'll item find them all. Who cares? Dark Lords and the Endurance of Hate take a bit longer. Yeah, I usually just, if I'm running Mephisto or something, I usually just skip everything except for Mephisto, but I know sometimes people do the Council or the other champion packs around. Definitely can get some good stuff off them, but I usually only run Mephisto when my character's like low level and like low geared, so it stinks, so I don't want to try to do the other stuff. Personally, that's how I rock and roll with it. Life with a 5-year-old, says Haywood. Yeah, I feel you. Feel you. My daughter's 8 now, so I can still remember. My daughter's always been pretty good, though. That's the thing. She like, it's funny with my kid because she barely remembers me working outside of the house. So she's used to me, like, you know, waking up by herself, me working, and her, you know, just hanging out till I can get her food or whatever. Well, right now, though, I'm not home alone, like, not home alone, but I'm not here with her alone. My wife's here, too, so she's taking care of her, but... Pretty wild how kids can get used to, like, anything. They just, like, accept whatever their life is, no matter what.
I am overburdened.
It's not that we're teaching the kids. The kids are teaching us. First offline Sunder Charm from TZ Meth last night. Oh, you got a cold one too. Yeah, because it's not guaranteed really to be any particular one. So you got your first Sunder Charm and it was the one you needed. That's pretty nasty. Sounds that way, anyways. Pretty nasty. There's so many friggin' stupid emails. Oh. Someone's trying to hack my Disney Plus. No, they were trying to log into Disney Plus upstairs and or something. I gotta get logged into that. I didn't realize we switched our thing, and it's like, oh, Disney Plus doesn't work anymore. I'm like, I've been paying for this for like 4 months and you didn't tell me it hadn't been working? Great. Just lighting money on fire. Missed a jewel? No! That'd be alright. That'll be alright. Smelly a mum. Yo! Thank you so much for the Slayership. Ooh. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You turned your daughter into an adrenaline junkie? Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, oh boy. You brought this on yourself, I see. We have hitting the beast emotes for Smelly there becoming a channel member. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, feel free. Anyone, any channel members, make sure you guys hit those emotes any celebratory time you want to. Emote spam is not frowned upon, and not only at that, it's encouraged. We just bought a hoodie down here. Once I stop walking, I instantly get freezing cold. We'll see. Maybe a crazy druid pelt? Not enough on it. Been here a while now, and you put out some sweet content to Smelly, your first ever membership. What a legend. Thank you so much. Means a lot supporting the channel. Thanks for watching all that good stuff. Absolute legend. Appreciate the kind words and the channel support. Also appreciate this Cheerios mite I'm about to find. It is literally like, it's super rare, of course, but it is almost shocking how much slaying I've done and not found Cheerios mite. And to be honest, I haven't gotten a unique sacred armor in like months now. Just months. What? Jeez, even zoomed in, you can't even see it. I haven't even gotten Immortal King's armor in months, it seems. Pretty wild. Billion Bear, yo! Look at this. Thank you so much for the Slayin shampoo. Appreciate you, Billion Bear. Supporting the channel, supporting the stream. Appreciate you. Ever play ladder? I play ladder for usually like a month after the reset, and then when things start dying down, like there's still people playing, of course. It's not that it's completely gone, but when it gets to the point where it's like difficult, like super difficult to even trade because there's so few people playing, that's when I kind of stop playing, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Talking about not finding a unique sacred armor anytime soon. He says that means you do. It does. Science. It's scientifically proven. Nine. Obviously joking, but wait a second. There hasn't been a 9 on the roulette roll in the roulette wheel in like 40 spins or something. That means it's due. Purvis saying he wants something like changes from Blizzard. Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of that. I wholeheartedly do not want changes. But the only reason I would want changes is because everyone, like a lot of people would get excited about it. But the more changes they make, the more you end up with like Mosaic Assassins, and it ends up like D2R, like reimagined or remodded or however many different mods there are where everything's completely different and busted and broken. So, but yeah, that's my take on there. Sly, welcome in, welcome in. Fireball Sorkon controller, huh? I've never played controller before. Some people I know do love controller. I've heard them say. Never done it before though. Pray to RNGesus for you. Appreciate it. Get out of here. Took a second there trying to read chat while I was slaying, and it doesn't work out too good with this build. Very tough build to read while you're playing, when you have to aim at every monster individually. Time for Hammerden to stand down. Yeah, I don't know. I never even play Hammerden anymore because it's not. Even with some of the changes they made before, it's not even like obviously personal opinion on whether it's fun or not, but it's not even like super like way more powerful than all the other builds or something like it kind of used to be. Alex saying controller on some builds is like auto aim, throw barb. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I've never played controller. I have heard that like teleporting is clunky. I thought that aiming, so it just auto aims on controller, huh? It is kind of a, I guess you could say, concern. I kind of always thought like, how do you aim on controller? That's got to be so frustrating. Like, it'd just be so slow and clunky. But I guess if they just made it essentially like auto aim. Which I feel like is a bit of an advantage, but also it's so easy to aim with a mouse. I feel like it's not even that much of an advantage. Like a little bit. It would be a little bit, of course. Like if you could just like telly stomp and just like boom, 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 and just blow everything up automatically, and I could just be like looking over here, like this, and just kill everything and item find it, not even look. Boy, that would be clutch for streaming. Just clutch. Like lightning and stuff like that, you just wouldn't have to aim. Tried PD2 and regret it because you had so much fun. Yeah, I see. That's everybody's got different opinions. I completely switched my channel to PD2 for the first few seasons, and they just went way overboard, in my opinion. Like every mod does that, where they start off like, "Oh no, we're just changing a few things here and there." Just rebalancing a few things and this and that, and then all of a sudden like 2 seasons go by and then every single skill is like either eliminated or changed to be completely different. Everything, you just like walk out and click a button, the whole screen nukes. You teleport forward, click a button, the whole screen nukes instantly. Like no strategy to your play at all, or not even thinking about what you don't have to think about what you're doing or anything. Like easier than like a Hammerden. It was like, ugh. I don't know if I really want every build in the game to be easier and more powerful than like a Hammerden. But some people like that, where they just go out and just it's like boom, whole screen's dead instantly. Shaco. OP when casting Blizzard in PvP, says Alex. Oh, talking about controller. Gotcha. Yeah, I never really even think about PvP and stuff because I never do it, you know. Boy, auto aim teleport on monsters. That's something. In a way, that could be a little bit detrimental, especially early on. You're farming Andariel. You kind of want to drop a blizzard in front of where she's running, but just a minor one there of how it could be negative, I guess. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't switch weapons there. Intelligence issue, probably. Light radius. Let's go. Ed says not all builds are playable on controller. Hammerden or Blizzard or Summon Necro feel wrong. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Give me one quick sec. I'm gonna open this vent over here. Oh, gosh. Let some heat down here. Maybe that treadmill wasn't such a good idea this morning. My God. I did legs on like Wednesday. And I felt fine yet. Well, okay, yesterday. I thought they'd be 100% today, but they're indeed not. So. Gecko saying he's played 700 hours on controller, so it'd take him a while to get used to PC. Yeah, that's kind of funny that, you know, some people have ever only played Diablo 2 on controller. I could not imagine playing on controller. Like, I'm sure I could do it, and, like, maybe after enough time I could get used to it, but it's just, like, be like a whole new world.
I can't carry anymore.
2 days after legs is brutal, says Jesse. Yeah. It used to be the day after. I noticed the older I get, the more days after leg day is the brutal one. Like, it's more delayed. It's more delayed. See, the thing is, too, is that the next day or the second day after, this time wasn't as bad as it had been in the past. So I think my legs are finally starting to get used to it after been, like, doing legs at the gym now for, like, months after hurting my back. I had to, like, get back in the swing of things. But, man, like, I'm surprised. I don't know. They kind of feel fine now. Maybe I just need to, maybe it's just because I've been sitting here for a minute. Get used to it, so. Probably so. Turvis said he's a Path of Exile player, so I can do explosions if I want to. Just completely screen nuking explosions. Nice. Yeah, I don't like too much. I don't like the screen going bananas like that too much. Like Mosaic Assassin and stuff. Not a big fan. Smelly saying another controller unfriendly build. Firewall. Good old firewall. Maybe that's what I'll do for my next next build I play. I had to check if they work together at all. They have the same synergies, but Blaze Firewall, I think they probably have some of the same stuff, right? Don't they both have warmth as a synergy? Blaze Firewall Sorceress. Or maybe I just strictly max Blaze. Blaze Energy Shield. Then just do, like, max out run walk speed so you can lay as much fire down as you can all at once. Gosh, this is a great idea. Just great. Did you try out the WASD patch? Didn't they put that up and then within like a day or two they got rid of it? Because it was just like completely busted. I could be wrong though. But no, I personally don't really see a need for that at all. But also, I'm always just teleporting around. Like, I'm never running with your character, you know what I mean? So I'm sure there would be good uses for it.
Sean.
Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, if you're still there. Sean Don Juan. Mosaic 2 OP. Yeah, no doubt on that one. No doubt. I wonder if people would like absolutely lose their minds, hypothetically, if they ever did nerf Mosaic, if people would just absolutely lose their minds. I can picture some people just absolutely losing their minds, for sure. People love their absolutely game nuking build for a couple of mid runes. Love it. Nerf it, and you would still play it, says Kabitsky? G Kabitsky? Gubitsky, I think, actually. Maybe. P8's a joke. Cold 3D said just made one offline. Yeah. Yep. Mosaic Sin controller playthrough gonna be goated. Boy. It's combining all this stuff here, huh? What else could we combine in there, Biv, that I wouldn't want to do? Hardcore Mosaic controller playthrough? So that I can get to the end of the game and do some PvP with it? Yeah, George, I never played it either. I seen a clip or something about how there was something like super wrong with it. And I think they just brought it up, they just had it up, and then like 2 days later they just deleted it and got rid of it. Like, so there must have been, it must have been mega busted to where they couldn't even like patch it. They're just like, no, it's just made completely wrong or something. I don't really know. I don't know. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong there, but that's what I think happened, that they just brought up the patch and a couple days later they're like, this is too broken, and got rid of it. George said nerfing Mosaic would be like nerfing Hammerden. Well, it's not exactly the same, because Hammerden's been around for like years and years and years, and Mosaic's been around for like a year. But they should have nerfed Mosaic as soon as they realized how broken it was, to be honest. And yeah, Hammerden's not even, it's not even close to Mosaic Assassin. It's not even the same like realm. Not to mention you need like multiple high runes to like really get the build to work. It's not just like, oh, I did my Hellforge and now I'm the most powerful, godliest character in the game. You know? It says Mosaic weird to play on controller because you got to hit like 300 buttons. Yeah, that is one thing. I guess it would be kind of annoying at the beginning. It's almost like, it almost takes the time of like, if you ever played like a summon druid, where you come out to the waypoint and you're just like summoning, or even a summon necro for that matter. You're just like spamming summons like non-stop for for like 20 straight seconds.
I can't carry anymore.
Haywood said they don't fare well in PvP. Talking about Mosaic Assassins. Yeah, I don't follow much PvP, so I wouldn't even, doesn't even cross my mind when I think about stuff. Trying to get a white monarch, it's a pain. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of find them in completely random areas. Just it's kind of one of the things, you just got to kill monsters as much as you can and get one, you know? I'll usually, like at the beginning of ladder, I usually almost always end up getting a white monarch in the tower on the way down to the Countess. Or, because there's like armor racks all over the place. On the lower level of the Countess, there's always an armor rack and a weapons rack over in the one room. I get one there sometimes, just off a random monster. I can think of down here in the pits and the ancient tunnels, just... The main thing is you just got to kill monsters, right? Just kill monsters and cross them fingers. Is a burr worth erect as mesh? I I'm not great at valuing stuff, and you're non-ladder. Let's see. I mean, maybe they're about equal, but I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Especially non-ladder. I don't ever trade on non-ladder, so. Hello, it's me. Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Ed says, fix concentration for hammers, and then, yeah, if they did that, nobody would ever play Hammerden again. Which, I mean, some people might say that's fine. A hammer's at a third of the damage, because maybe I don't know how much damage it would do, like with perfect gear. But if you didn't have perfect gear, it would just be dead in the water, you know. Without gear, it'd be like running like a teeth necro. Endgame teeth necro. You know, it's funny, speaking of Hammerden not having concentration. I remember reading the old strategy guide that came with Diablo 2 in the battle chest, and it's like, hammers does, it does quite a bit of damage early on, but the damage really tapers off late, so it's not going to be a viable endgame build. It's not going to be viable for endgame play, or something like that. I was like, oh my god, this thing.
I need a key.
Built a Hammerden without concentration once, felt stupid. I mean, I'm sure I've done it before too. I always forget, especially when I haven't played builds very much, and
I can't carry it.
I used to play just like a ton of just the sorceresses, so I almost never did Hammerden. And then when I would come to play one, and it would be, you know, I don't, what aura is it again? I can't remember. You know, like years ago when I couldn't remember, which was like a year ago. No. Rich Boy says, thanks, Phil. Love the content. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. George said, never played Sork or Pally. That's wild. Sorceress was where it was at. Especially when you're, like, always just playing by yourself and, you know, Blizzard Sorceress out there to take out Andy and Meph and get some stuff. Having teleport. Also, because I was playing by myself so much all the time, you could, you know, I would always like have a team of people that I would like play with a little bit, but like I'd just find randos, but then people would just randomly drop off because they don't actually care about you because they don't know you at all. They just leave whenever they just randomly dip out without saying nothing, stuff like that. So you get left like halfway through like a difficulty playthrough, like we'll say halfway through Nightmare. And the thing you could do is then, if you're a sorceress, you could just quickly teleport through the rest of the game pretty much. Like by yourself, till you got to like Nightmare Bell runs, and then you'd level up, and then you'd try to find someone to play through Hell with, you know? Or even in normal or something like that. Kyle Kuzma. Welcome in. Wait, that's it. The NFL or the NBA player?
It's locked.
Oop. Archer Pro. Don't die. I'll see what I can do, Tax Cut. I'll see what I can do. And we got 9:44. Oh, You know what I forgot to look into? Super important for any kids sports. Signing up for snack. Back in my day, we didn't get no snacks after sports. We had to starve. We didn't even get a water bottle. Nothing. This is kind of funny when you think about, like, nowadays kids like have to take water bottles everywhere they go. Back when we were kids, we'd go to school, wouldn't drink anything all day. We'd drink one chocolate milk at lunch that had like 800 grams of sugar in it. That's all we drank the whole day. Not saying it was good or anything, but just saying. Do you bet on the kids' sports? Legendary. No, I do not. That's why the life expectancy is higher now? Maybe. Out in the United States, our life expectancy is going down, so... Actually... Run pits just because my video, hello says. Just because of my videos. Yeah, pits is pretty sick. I like it. Been pretty slow today, though. Can be definitely hit or miss. Today's been kind of a miss day, to be straight up, but... I do need to get a Cheerios Might, like, now. Two Pop-Tarts at lunch says Biv, no breakfast, then practice. How did we do it? Right?
Good to see you.
Yeah, Psychonaut, I'm not sure your comments. I am reading them, but I don't understand the context or something there. For some reason, they aren't making sense in my brain. So, whole grain pain saying is because of the magical properties of the garden hose water. I mean, I guess that checks out. Yeah, that's definitely. I remember for football practice when we were doing 2 days in the summer. This is a little bit older, so not like little kids, but like, yeah, they would just run a garden hose out from the school, and then you'd take a 1-inch PVC pipe and they would drill holes in it, and the water's just like shooting out like this, and you just drink out of it like a drinking fountain. And they would just plug it in at the beginning of practice, and then they'd be like, you know, water break, and everyone would have to run over there and take a drink real quick and come back. Random PVC pipe from probably like Ace Hardware or something. You'll be fine. Hey, what's it? Woman trying to get me to babysit the kid. Yeah, I think when it's your own kid, you don't call it babysitting. I think it's just called like watching the kid or something. But I get what you're saying. Yeah. Woody's tree saying, definitely they had that. Reminds them of some great summers. Boy, 2 days in the summer were rough. Something about practicing for like 3 or 4 hours, going home for like 2 hours, then coming back to practice is super annoying. Because like in the summer, even though it's the morning, it's still like 90 degrees, right? Sweating your butt off. So you're at practice for like 3 hours, like 9 to noon, come home, eat, come back like a couple hours later, then you practice from like 2 to 5 or something. So annoying. because you can't take a shower in the middle, so you just got to sit there at home for like 2 hours. Like, your skin's almost like crusty from like the salts drying on your skin from all the sweat. Ugh, gross. Thinking about it again. Almost feels like when you get out of the ocean, you know? You just gotta go home and like rinse off. Jump in the... I remember I'd come home sometimes and we had a pool. I'd come home and jump in the pool. Pads on and everything. The coach Uncle Rico? No, that's like super normal practice for football in high school. Super normal. Yeah, American football in the United States is like no joke. People take it real seriously, kind of, sort of. And our school wasn't even like super serious about sports either. I went to like a smaller school, so. And we don't even take it as serious around here as they do in like, I don't know every state, but it's kind of notorious that Texas is crazy about football. So even like, yeah, Texas being crazy, so. Trouble for taking a shower? Well, if you took a literal shower, like outside at the school, I could see how you could get in trouble for that. But I guess we would kind of do that too, like after practice and stuff. Or even just like between drills, go take a drink and you just like, you're so hot, you just like soak your whole pads and stuff down because it's so hot out. It's like 105, like 98% humidity. Those were the days. Just out there in your skibbities, huh?
I can't carry it.
Grab the... Oh, I didn't think I was like, why can't I grab the shrine? I had already gotten it.
I can't carry anymore.
George says he never thought about that. How we didn't, when you're kids, you didn't drink anything at school. Just all day. Yeah. You might take like a drink from the drinking fountain for the 1 second when you are allowed to go to the bathroom. That's a crazy thing, and too, when I don't know about everybody else, when you're in little kids school, they would take you guys to the bathroom like twice a day. And you're like little kids. They wouldn't let us drink anything because if you did, you'd have to go to the bathroom and then they'd have to take the whole class to the bathroom again. I can remember walking down, like, everybody in a single file line walking down to the bathroom for the bathroom break. Because when we were in middle school, I don't know how the rest of the world does it, but you stay in the same classroom all day. The whole day. When we were kids, anyways. So that was 30-something years ago. Fame's welcome in. Yeah, whole grain. I was kind of messing around with that. But yeah. Sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, is there a vortex shield there? Could be good. No. No. Yeah, Woody. True story. They wouldn't want us to drink anything because then you'd have to go to the bathroom. It's true. Nowadays, the freaking kids, my kids' classes have bathrooms, like, every room has like an individual bathroom. Or not every room, but like every 2 classrooms has like a bathroom in between in the middle for the classrooms. So they don't even have to leave. Rich people, am I right? 9:54. Looks like it's gonna have to be the final run because I gotta start getting ready to take my kid to school to basketball here in a little bit. So a little bit on the slow side here today, unfortunately, but great hanging out with y'all on this wonderful Sunday morning. So yeah, that's the end of that run. So I'm gonna have to hop out here. Appreciate y'all a billion. Anyone who channel members or memberships on Twitch. So we got Mike over there on Twitch, G Stacks, Paddleford, Smelly a Mum, Billion Bear. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Means a lot. Really does. Really means a lot. Oh, coming in late, Cody H with the gifted Slayin. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Wicked Ball, Dave, Greg, AJ, and Frank Wolf all got gifted memberships. Thank you so much once again. Cody H, you legend. Ooh. And maybe I'm overdoing a bit. That's fine. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace out and keep Slayin.